What is it that makes you so happy, so rejoicing that you can't help but shout, dance, leap for joy? What is that? Hi, this is Barry Phelps with 10-Minute Torah, day number 4, the double Torah portion, Nitzavim v'Yelach. Let's go again to Deuteronomy, chapter number 30, beginning with verse number 8. And you shall turn back and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commands which I command you today. And Yahweh your Elohim shall make you have excess in all of the work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, in the fruit of your livestock, and in the fruit of your ground for good. Now catch this. For Yahweh turns back to rejoice over you for good, as he rejoiced over your fathers, if you obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim to guard his commands and his Torah, and his laws which are written in the book of this Torah, and if you turn back to Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your being. So a wholehearted response from us results in a wholehearted response from Yahweh our Elohim. I have had the occasion of being, one might say, ecstatic, overjoyed. Variety of occasions, the birth of our daughters, our wedding day. I better say that, huh? There have been occasions of worship where I was just overwhelmed. And in the natural realm, football games, your team scores a winning touchdown. They win the World Series or the Super Bowl or some great event. Hitting a golf shot that was spectacular. There have been one or two of those. Just those occasions where it's yes, yes, yes. And we enjoy those moments. There are folks that are maybe not as demonstrative as others. Typically, they are quiet, reserved, and held in check. And when someone like that gets excited and they are demonstratively enthused and overjoyed, it's contagious, and it fills the environment with whoever else might be around. Now, if we were to turn our attention from the human realm to the spiritual realm, I would suppose that most of us have an idea of Yah being on his throne to the best of our imaginations. Maybe we see light encased a figure or shape or something up to maybe the kneecaps, and above that just blinding light. Maybe we have an understanding that there is no imagery whatsoever. There is just this overwhelming spiritual reality. It's impossible for us to take our finite minds and grasp the imagery, whatever that might be, of Yah. To understand then that being, our creator being, our most high one, would be rejoicing. Can you imagine Yah going, yes, yes, yes? Maybe that's impossible. I don't know, but it kind of helps us if we can. Yah says, when my people turn back to me with their whole heart and their whole being, and I bring them back to their land, and they work that land, I want to rejoice with them in that accomplishment. I want to bless that endeavor of their hands and cause it to increase. I want them to have an abundant response from the earth. I want them to have future generations. I want them to have increase in their livestock. We don't think in terms for the most of us unless you live in such an environment, but most of us do not live an agricultural lifestyle anymore. We may plant some vegetables and a vegetable garden of some sort. But most of us do not have our living by what we grow and the livestock that we raise. I understand there are exceptions to that, and some of you may. But for the most of us, that's not our existence. We go to some temporal employment. We earn our living. We have our income, and we manage our business affairs in our home. We have our things, our possessions, our material goods, and we wait for the next paycheck to finish paying for whatever is next on the list. That's pretty much the lifestyle the world over, except perhaps in third world countries or less. So for Yah to describe it in these terms, it suggests to us that very much so that in the kingdom we well may be back into an agricultural lifestyle, which very well would be beneficial to us. But Yah says not just milking cows and barely getting by and grain in the fields and just barely making it. He wants us abundant and overflowing, and he wants to rejoice in that. This word rejoice here is the Hebrew word sus. We would transliterate that S-O-O-S perhaps. In Isaiah, Yeshayahu, chapter 62, in verse number 5, it says, "For as a young man marries a maiden, so shall your sons marry you. And as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so shall your Elohim rejoice over you." Yah wants to be as thrilled with Israel and our return as the bridegroom is thrilled with his bride. That's a lot of thrill. In chapter 65 of Yeshayahu, Isaiah, verse number 19, the word says, "And I shall rejoice in Jerusalem and shall joy in my people, and that the voice of weeping no more be heard in her, nor the voice of crying." Yah is going to be happy, 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 joyful, overwhelmingly so, with Israel being restored to the land, to the place that there will be no more reasons for crying or being upset. Jeremiah, Yirmeyahu, chapter 32, verse number 41 says, "And I shall rejoice over them to do good to them, and shall plant them in this land in truth with all my heart and with all my being." This is the verse where Yah says, this is what I'm going to do with all of my heart and with all of my being. What is that? Planting us in the land. Yah wants to restore us back to the land, to the place that he does it with all of his heart and with all of his being. That is an incredible, immense effort, unfathomable to us, beyond calculation for us. And Yah says, in doing this, he is going to rejoice over us. Dance, sing, clap his hands, yee-haw, yes, yes, yes. Yah is going to be rejoicing in this. In the book of Zephaniah, if you will, chapter number 3, verse 17 says, "Yahweh your Elohim in your midst is mighty to save." Hallelujah. He rejoices over you with joy. He is silent in his love. Catch this. He rejoices over you with singing. I would love to hear the sound of Yah's singing voice, singing love songs of rejoicing and great delight in us. The word basically means a level of enthusiasm, a level of emotional import and enthusiasm. Yah is mighty to deliver you. He loves you like a bridegroom does the bride. He wants to sing, dance, and celebrate enthusiastically over you. Be encouraged with that today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. To then, shalom.